welcome in. How are y'all doing today? I am just picking up where I left off yesterday, except that instead of with the camera, I'm doing the phone. So it's a completely different setup, but as far as what we're working on, we're going to work on this corner. I see hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Thumbelina, hey, how are you doing? I'm standing up, so I'm looking at the chat through the phone that's recording. I'm still trying to bring up my chat on the computer. A while, but I haven't been on here as much as I used to. Watching from Australia. One day I would love to visit Australia. Alright, so I've got the chat pulled up. We're going to start putting down some drills. What are you working on, Thumbelina? Happy May, people. Happy May. It's May 1st. If you're in here, if you're lurking, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Whether you decide you want to chat or you just want to lurk in the background, that is perfectly okay. Alright, so this is, you can kind of see this part of the picture. It's going to be beautiful, but that's, I'm trying to, where am I? Because I'm trying to, haven't recorded with the phone for a while. It's very pretty. Hope y'all are having a wonderful day. For me, it's early morning. Australia, I think you're quite a few hours ahead of me, right? It is 9:40 a.m. for me. Alright, so we're going to start, I think I'm going to start with the C's so I can get this done and all of these done. So that is what we're going to start with. Can y'all hear me okay? Because like I said, I'm recording with a phone now. I haven't recorded with a phone for a while, and so I have to hook up a mic to it because it doesn't pick up my voice very good. So it's a whole thing. But I'm starting. I would hope to finish this little section right here during this live. I don't know that it'll happen, but that's what I'm going for. And so I put some of the drills right here. Um, those are some of them that I put in the little jars, but for this little section. But there's so many within this little section that hasn't been done, and I have the rest over here in baggies. And so if I get to those, then we'll deal with those later. But yeah, I was surprised how many colors just in this one little section. I mean, I didn't count them, and I've already done, all these other ones, but there was quite a few. I had planned on going out into the garden yesterday, but I came live and I was on here for a few hours, and I didn't go out and work in the garden at all. And that's okay, because sometimes I need a break from that. But I do need to get out there and get other things started. So instead of working in the garden yesterday, while I should have been working out there, instead I started looking at seeds, because there's still certain herbs that I need that I don't have. We have a lot of what some people would call weeds, that are actually good herbs that just come up. They're just native to this area, and they just grow here. And so I harvest them and I preserve them and I use them accordingly, right? But there's some that don't grow here, or at least not on our property. So I started looking at some of those that I want to order. And I don't want to say it's late in the season, because I still have time. We have a pretty long grow season, but it's getting to the point where I have to get them. Most of them are perennials though, so even if they don't do much this year, oh boy, that line is crooked as can be. Even if they don't do much this year, they will pick up next year, and they'll just keep coming back year after year. I can't tell if this C is covered or not. We're gonna go with it. Trying to stay within the square. With my crooked squares. I lost a whole bunch of viewers when I started talking about gardening. Gardening can be hard. It can be very enjoyable and it can be very relaxing, but it's also hard and it takes time. I mean, if you simplify it by growing perennials, it can be easy. I just don't take that route. But if you just do a couple of things and don't overdo it, especially to start out with, it can be a lot more enjoyable and easier to get used to, and then you can go on from there. That's what I would tell anyone who's going to start to garden, is start out small. Start out with something, an herb or a spice that you want to, or that you use, so that you have it and you're not having to go out there and buy it, or a vegetable that you eat, even if it's just one, start out with that. And if you don't have the yard to do it, start in a container. Just start small, get proficient in that, and then you can add more. That's the easiest. I think that's the easiest way to do it. instead of overwhelming yourself at the very beginning. And then you just quit because it's just too much. Because believe me, it can be a lot. So, but I thought I had a black thumb, I mean, all my life, because I used to like take care of my mom's plants, and they didn't make it like she would. But she was one of these people that would talk to her plants, and she'd be like, "You didn't talk to them. Look at them. They're sad or they're dead." And so I always thought I had such a black thumb. And so for years, well, I'm not going to say I thought, because I did get plants and they all died on me. But apparently, growing succulents is not as easy as you would think. So I think, and because I thought it was the easiest, that's what I would get. But apparently, I was overwatering them. So they didn't ever last. I'm like, I have a black thumb. I have a black thumb. And then I started gardening like 6 or 7 years ago, and I realized I did not have a black thumb. Because I have grown many a pounds of food. But it is, gardening is something that you're continuously learning. You don't ever know it all. You can't ever predict, because like my friend Mona likes to say, it takes patience to be in the garden, because you think you know it, but you don't. The garden is going to do what the garden is going to do. You're just there to help it along. Hi, Lee, welcome in. Good to see you. You're editing? Okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. But yeah, you think you got everything figured out, but you don't. You don't, because the garden is going to do what it's going to do. And you could do the same thing this season that you've done for the last 6 years and it not turn out at all. So, what I like, well, I like a lot of things about the garden. One of the things I don't like is my back hurts from getting out there and doing all the things. So that part of it I don't like at all. Which is odd, because I watch these folks that are like, 60, 80, or even more out there working in the garden. I'm just going to set this off to the side in case I miss some. And they're out there working in the garden like nothing. And I'm like, how is that even possible? Because I go out there. Yeah, I go out there for hours at times. But then I'm hurting quite a bit. I'm like, how do they do it? And I hear, oh, you just get used to it. You just get used to it. Well, in 6 or 7 years, I still haven't gotten used to it, because I still hurt. Not every time, but a lot of the time. What number did I just put in here? Oh, goodness. I shouldn't do that, should I? I think it was this one. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Welcome in, Blonde Traveling Gypsy. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Do you craft? I'm just sitting here talking about gardening. How yesterday I was going to go work in the garden, and instead of working in the garden, I started looking up seeds. They're in my cart. I haven't ordered them. I don't have very many people in here, but just in case, the thermos, I woke up to an email from them. Thermos has a recall on some of their thermoses. So if you have a thermos, you may want to look into that. We actually have 3. I think 3. There might be more, but I know at least 3 that will. I haven't gone to their page to actually see. I think on some of them you have to return the whole thing, and they'll send you the prepaid, shipping. But on 2 of the smaller ones that we have, what they're doing is just mailing out new lids. But on the other one, I think we have to mail it back in, and then I don't know if they'll refund or mail one back out. I'm not sure because I haven't gotten that far. But I was like, oh wow. Apparently, some people have gotten injured with when they're taking off the lid, not the outer lid, but the inner lid. I guess some pressure has built up in there, and it's shooting out, and some people have had injuries to their eyes and face and stuff like that. So they're doing the recall. Oh, I can't get into that one because I didn't cut the perforation straight, I guess, because I thought, nope, that one's covered. So this one's only halfway on there then. Yep, that one wasn't even, it's only like halfway. I'm just going to take that off. It's a new thing I'm trying with the little perforated. I have put the little stars on there because I can't see where the little paper starts or ends. Doing good, checking in on your artwork. This is what I'm working on. And this is the 3rd day I've gone live in a row, which I've been gone for months. But instead of like doing the crochet or anything like that, I figure I'm just gonna probably just come on like this because I just haven't had the time. I'm busy doing all kinds of other things, and I figured I'd just leave this here, and when I'm gonna work on it, I'll go live. I'd been going live from the webcam, but I was trying to go vertical and it wouldn't let me go vertical. Well, I was trying to do the vertical and the horizontal, the new thing, and I couldn't do it. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it from my phone. So I had to change the whole setup to get started like this. But I think I'm just gonna, this is probably what I'm gonna work on for a while instead of crochet, because I hadn't crafted in, my goodness, I haven't crafted in months. And so I figure if I leave those like this and I make myself come over here at least 1 hour out of the day, probably during the daytime. So I don't know that I'll be able to do nighttime. I'd like to do nighttime, my regular nighttime. Hi, Motion, welcome in. But I'm just not there yet, and that's why these have just been pop-ups, because I just don't even know that I can keep up with them. I just happen to be able to the last few days, but I don't know if that will continue. So I figure I'll just pop up. I'll just, do what I can, pop in when I can. Do you diamond paint? And forgive me if I'm already connected to you. I just don't remember. Let me see if I am. Oh, I am not. I am not connected to you. Let's see. Blonde Traveling Gypsy. I just subscribed. I'm setting on your notifications to all. Eastbound in Arizona. Heading home. Scenery from my California drive. California is beautiful, isn't it? The creek. Sunday adventure at the creek. Do you live in Arizona? Oh, that looks like a lot of traffic. The one where you're like, that was frustrating. That looks like a lot of traffic. I don't know what was frustrating, but do y'all drive trucks? Let's see. I travel for work. I run team with my boyfriend and Hatchet, our dog. I didn't see the dog. When I say I travel for work, technically we live in our truck. Okay, okay. Well, see, I gathered that information from looking at your thumbnails. Someday I hope to travel for fun. I love being outdoors. I love seeing the beauty of the running creek or even the Gaglion River. I want to explore mountaintops. Mountaintops are beautiful, aren't they? That's when we've gone to California, we've been several times, and that's what we go. We go hiking and we go high up in the mountains, and it's just beautiful. It's so peaceful. The lowest valleys. I believe God's created this earth for us to enjoy. He sure has. And if somebody's in the chat, I'm reading this, so I can't see the chat right now. And even the lowest of the enjoy it. And someday I hope to be able to do just that. Supporting my channel, and I can't wait to post them. Well, you have a new subscriber. I am 667. Let's see. It's been a while. Okay. Hey, Grizzly. Good to see you. How are you doing? Living in Kentucky. Okay, I'm in Georgia, but we drive a truck. Y'all, if you're in here, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. If I'm not connected to you, if you subscribe, leave a message, a comment on one of my videos, and I will reciprocate. Oh, okay. How long ago was that? Georgia has some beautiful places. You know what I find though? It's like you think like, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful. Like like when we go out to California, we go to all these places to go hiking and do all the things, right? But right here in Georgia, don't get me wrong, we do go hiking out here, but I don't know. It's almost like I don't want to say I don't appreciate it because I do appreciate it, but maybe not as much as when going somewhere else. But it's just as beautiful, if not even more, you know? I can't remember though, when was the last time we went hiking somewhere in Georgia? It's been a minute. We normally go other places. So I still haven't seen everything that there is. Well, probably never will, but everything that there is to see in Georgia as far as nature is concerned, because we enjoy being out there in nature. Yeah, I guess it depends where you go. We used to, when we first came to Georgia, that was a couple of decades ago, um, we used to like to go up to Helen a lot. But yeah, there's so many beautiful places. I think this was all of this color. Doesn't seem right, but let's see what we're gonna work with next. Oh, I knew it wasn't right. Look, there's all of these right here. I do like the perforated plastic that's on here, but I need to make my own covers because then that way I can actually see. You know, it'll be with a picture and I can actually see where I'm at. So with being in a truck and stuff like that, like diamond painting would be hard, I would think, in a truck. But do you do any other crafts like painting or crochet to like pass the time? I like to crochet when we're traveling. It depends. I have to be in a mood. Okay, there's some there, but I can't get to those because of the thing. Same thing there. driving or sleeping. Oh, okay. Not at the moment, but when I visit my granddaughter, we do crochet in different crafts. Well, that's nice. So where are y'all at right now? Like, like what state? That's why there's so many colors in this section, because there's not a lot. Like I just did those, right? Now it's like a few pieces and then I'm done with it. So she is 10 and she wants to learn. Well, there you go. She got somebody to teach her. It's always nice when you can teach either your kids or grandkids to do something, to take interest in something that you enjoy to do or enjoy doing. I got as far as teaching my daughter how to make a chain years ago, and she made the chain, but it was so tight, and she was like super fast, like just like unbelievably fast, and I'm like this is supposed to be relaxing, like, and she learned how to make the chain, and then after that, I don't remember what the next thing she made, but then she made a baby hat, and I was like, you know, you're doing good, but she is she doesn't have the time, and she says she doesn't have the patience to sit there and do it. But several years ago, well, I think it's been like 5 or 6 years ago now, she made me a blanket, and she's like, keep it safe, enjoy it, because it's the only one you'll ever get. I'm not crocheting ever again. It was a big blanket. It was made with really thick yarn. Um, it's beautiful. I mean, she made it. She did a great job. It was double crochet, and I was like, how'd you make it? Like, did you remember how to do the crochet that you? She goes, no, I watch YouTube video. So somebody made it. I mean, it was just a double crochet blanket, but she watched them learn how to make it, made it. And I was like, well, that was really sweet. But she's like, I'm never doing that again. She didn't enjoy it. That's one thing too. If I'm making something for someone, like, I will not work on it if I am not in a good mood. Like, if I'm not in a good mood or I'm not enjoying making it, I won't make it, because I want to enjoy the process, and I want it all to be made, I don't know, with love and happiness. So, like, if I'm feeling down or just not in a mood, like, I won't make it. Yeah, see, I keep having to change colors. Like, there's not very many. And that's a bit annoying. Hey, the fam, how you doing? Good morning. I was talking about when we got here to Georgia a couple decades ago. We enjoyed going to Helen. We haven't been well, we haven't been in years now, but initially when we got here, we enjoyed going down there or up there. Tennessee will be back in Kentucky tonight. Turn off for the weekend. Well, that'll be nice. So you get to be off for the weekend. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, so if you're running two-man team, then you really don't get to, you're just traveling and getting to where you need to go and then moving on from there. So you really don't get to actually like experience the city or the state unless you finish somewhere, and then you can spend the weekend there and like catch the sights and stuff like that. the fam, are y'all in Georgia? Because you go to Helen a lot. Or maybe the videos I'm still watching are from the visit. Alright, we're going to do... Kind of get tired of opening this, doing a few, but it is what it is. Has to get done. It'll be even more shading though, so it'll make it look even better. Just be a beautiful picture. It's gonna take me forever to finish this though. So when I come live and work on it for an hour, so y'all are gonna be like, come on, Jackie, like you started this a month ago. Yeah, I'm gonna be like, I know. Lucy, hello, my dear. How are you doing today? Lucy, you're confused, right? You're like, okay, this is the third day Jackie's been on in the morning. She's always on at night, in the middle of the night. But yeah, things change, right? Things change. Here I am in the daytime. In the daytime. And in the morning. I don't even know what time it is. 10. I haven't checked the weather, so I don't know if we're getting rain today, if I have to water the garden, if I shouldn't have to water the garden because thankfully we did get rain in I think the last 3 or 4 days. But I'll need to see what kind of water we got and go from there. Hi Jenny, welcome in. How are you doing? All right, Von Traveling Gypsy, thank you for coming in. You have a wonderful and blessed weekend. these are not going, I'm not getting these on there perfectly, but hopefully when I put the ones that go around it, they will straighten each other out. I would not have thought I would have had a hard time getting the square onto a little square, but here I am. They do straighten each other out a little bit, not perfectly, but because I know I had a whole bunch of crooked ones in here and it looks pretty good actually. And so maybe they will continue to do that. I think we're done with this color. Oh, there's one. Alright, which one are we going to go with next? Oh, look at that. I did that and I didn't put the little sticker on it to see what shape it is. Little tool 52. Alright, there's not very many of these. It's like 10 of these, if that. So I guess let's just knock them out of the way, right? Lydia, good morning. How are you doing this wonderful day? I know, it's weird to see me in the daytime, right? But here I am. I was saying earlier, like I'd like to do at least one of my nights on, you know, one of my nighttime ones, but I don't know. So yesterday when you were saying that you're doing tutorials on the loom, are you talking about like on the knitting machine, or are you talking about the actual like handheld loom? Because you know I bought the looms like, I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and I tried it like once or twice and I couldn't. Oh, I did miss colors. There's some right there. I couldn't figure it out, and I don't know if I had the wrong yarn or what, but I would like to figure it out. I mean, I know it's not hard, right? Like you knit purl, or if you're even purling, or you just knit, you know. but for some reason, I think maybe I was doing it too tight because I'll tell you, I was holding it in this hand and I was doing it, going around with this hand and then pulling over. So I got that concept right. But when I got done, and I don't even know how long I did it for, not a long time. My hands, my fingers, my wrist were so sore and they hurt so bad. And I'm thinking maybe I was doing it too tight, but of course, you don't want to do it too loose, right? So you just woke up. I've been up for a while now. Hey Fatima, welcome in. It's looking gorgeous. Look at my little corner. It's filling up. Instead of going all over the place, I've decided I'm going to try to just do a little section at a time. I don't know how good I'll do with that. So far, yesterday for a couple hours, and then today I've been doing it. But I don't know how long that'll last. But I like being able to see that it's full, and then go to another section because normally, but what I'm not enjoying is putting the color in, doing a few, taking the color, putting the color back up, doing it, you know. So that's why normally I pick one color and I go all around because I don't like, you know, this continuous thing of color. But I do like seeing a section like this full. So that's nice. And you can see what you missed. So like see right there, I missed one. And bam, I can just come back in and fill it instead of later on at the end where I'm having to go through all the colors. All right, we're working on this one. How are you doing today, Fatima? Canada. So Canada has different time zones. So I don't know if you're in my time zone, like it's 10:30 in the morning here. So are you 10:30 or are you a couple hours earlier? Because I know Zach from Zach's Craft and More, I think, or something like that. He is in Canada. I don't know where in Canada, but he is the same time zone as I am. The normal loom. Yeah, because I have like, okay, so you are in the same time zone as I am. I can, like the knitting machines, like I got that down like perfectly. But the, the loom, it just, it was painful. So I didn't continue. I don't, you know what? I don't even know where I put them actually. I need to find them because I'm like, I'm gonna try again because it would be something nice that I can do. Like if I'm sitting on the couch and I don't want to crochet, I can do that instead of being at the knitting machine. So there there is that. I haven't taken the time. Do you work or are you off, Lydia? All right, so that one's done. I'm gonna just take this one and fill in this. It's filled. All right, let's do the L's. Did I not? And I'm still not kitted up. What I did was just take some of them that I was going to be working with and put them in right here in these little jars. So I did what, 3, 6, 9 of them. The rest of them are still in bags. So I'm going to just go with what I have. And then I'll venture out and get the other ones. There's only a, yeah, that's why I do it the other way, because I don't like this one here, one there type thing at all. Like, that's just not my thing, but I'm trying. I am trying. I don't even know if I can get to those. See, that was all of those. Toronto, very close to the Lake Ontario. You work this weekend at nighttime a few hours. Are you off today? You're off today? Let's see, there's these right here, but I can't. They're under. So I'm not going to do those. If you're in here and you want to drop your channel, do hashtag connect, and that'll drop your channel. Well, this is all the ones that I prepared, so I'm afraid I'm gonna have to start getting into the bags after this one, because I really wanted to finish this little square, this little section. All right. So Fatima, do you garden? See, like I did all that, took all that, and that was just 2 of them. And there's no more of them. So that's like, yeah. I'll get used to it, I guess. Because I do like filling it up, so it's just something I'm gonna have to get used to. These are the upside down tees. Let's get some of those in there. I just saw them. Where are they? Oh, I have to do the devotional. It's been Nightbot didn't remind me, did he? I don't think he reminded me. He did yesterday, I think, and the day before yesterday he reminded me. He did a really good job. Because when I go on at nights, he doesn't remind me till 4 hours later. But he didn't today. Alright, so today's devotional is Blessings of Goodness. The king shall have joy in your strength, O Lord, and in your salvation how greatly shall he rejoice. You have given him his heart's desire, and have not withheld the request of his lips. For you meet him with the blessings of goodness. You have made him exceedingly glad with your presence. For the king trusts in the Lord, and through the mercy of the Most High, he shall not be moved. Psalms 21, 1 through 3 and 6 through 7, NKJV. It's your strength and power, Lord, that get me through each day, that bring me great joy. Every day you shower me with blessings, giving me what I desire, answering my prayers. All that is good comes from your hand, and for all these things I thank you, Lord. Yet no blessing, No good thing you place in my life gives me more joy than your very presence. For it is my trust that you will come when I call, my faith that you are here by my side right now, and my belief in your loving kindness that keep me steady, able to walk, able to serve you. In Jesus' name, amen. Your weather 51 degrees. Ooh, that seems cold. I don't know how. Let's see, what is it here? Not that much warmer. 61. The high is 66, so it's a perfect day to work in the garden. It won't be hot. And let's see, no rain today, even though it's cloudy, no sun. Tomorrow, so I don't have to water anything because tomorrow it's 95% chance of rain. Let's see how much. Yeah, so I don't need to water. So if I feel like it, I can just go out there and plant or transplant some things and be done. I know, Lydia, it's been so long. I forgot about like my hashtag connect and the Bible verse and all that, and that Jen was playing with it yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, I have those set up. See, there's 12s. I missed those. I need to do a forest to see what forest animal I get. And that's a 12 right there too. Five Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. 41. Yeah. So you're 41, she's 51, I'm 61. Still drinking my coffee. I made myself a big cup today because yesterday in the middle of the live stream I had to stop and go get me some more coffee, so I made me a big one. So I think all of those are done. let's work with, I'm trying to see what's the F. The F is the 3363. I'm going to work with that one. 3363, and that's 41, and then we'll put it in here. I'm sitting here doing this, and I'm like, I know I have to get my watermelons transplanted, but I just remembered I have to put down some okra seeds. But because I'm not doing anything in my native soil, and I'm doing, I'm doing everything in bags and boxes, like, I need more soil. I mean, I have some because we got some last weekend, but I'm probably going to need more. So I've been trying not to plant as much because then, the more I plant, the more and more soil I need. But I do need to get my okra seeds in the ground. And then go back to that cart and order those herbs. And then I will need bags for those because those are perennials. So those will keep coming back and back, which is great. See, at least this one had quite a few, so I say quite a few, just had more than the other ones. But I think, yeah, there's one more there, and I think that's it for that one. So what do y'all want to talk about? Okay, I've talked about my garden, what I plan on planting. Maybe today or tomorrow. Alright, we're gonna work on, let's see, this spade, and so that one is the 520. So not ideally how you want to do this, but how I'm doing it. $520, which is what number? 18. Alright, so we have that. Oh, Fatima, the one that says Diana, she is Lydia. Lydia. The NA is part of another. So Fatima, you didn't tell me, do you garden? I know you're not crafting. I mean, you don't have to tell me. I'm just making conversation. No, but I can just sit here and put drawers down. And those of you that are here, I appreciate y'all being here. With all the herbs that I'm looking at ordering, though, the herb seeds, I need to find out how much room they actually need because they're going to go in grow bags. And I don't want to, I mean, like, I know they'll use up the space, whatever you give them, but I want to see what their minimum size is because then maybe I can get smaller grow bags and therefore not need as much soil. Because my grow bags are 10 and 20 gallons. I want to see if I can put some of these maybe in 5 gallons, but I don't know. 10 gallon might be the minimum, and that may be what I have to use. Because of course I like saving my 20 gallons for like the zucchini, the squash, the watermelons, that kind of stuff. The big stuff. My name is Lydia. Everyone called me Diana. I always have to correct people. Well, I think it's because when you read the handle, you know, it just kind of blends in like that. And some people see Lydia, some people see Diana. Fatima says, I plant some vegetables, have strawberries, and a raspberry bush. Yeah, my strawberries didn't, I got strawberries last year for the first time and planted them. I got 100 plants and only like 5 came back this year. So, and so far I've only gotten like 5 strawberries. So I don't know what happened with that. And then my strawberry has popped up, not my strawberry, my raspberry has popped up in all different places. And so I'm hoping that we'll have a lot of raspberries this year. So we both have strawberries and raspberries. What kind of vegetables do you grow? I grow a lot of greens, like lettuce and spinach and like collard greens and kale and mustard greens, um, dandelion greens. I feel like I'm leaving out quite a few turnip greens, depending, on how hot it is and that kind of stuff. So I do like. Did Dari come in? I see Nightbot saying hi to Dari, but I don't see Dari. Dari, I don't see you, but welcome in. Hello. How are you doing? Oh, I had to change it to live chat instead of top chat, and there's Dari. How you feeling, my dear? Been praying for you. Cucumbers, yes. Have to have the cucumbers. Tomatoes, yes. Collards, absolutely. Sometimes peppers and herbs. See, we kind of grow the same things. I have zucchini and squash, watermelons. Oh my god, I have, and I plant the things. Not everything pops up all the time, but it does sometimes. See, I'm glad Nightbot was there because I would have never known that Dari was in here because I didn't have it on the live chat. I wonder how many other people have popped in and I haven't known. Maybe Nightbot has greeted them. You see her? Yeah, you probably had yours on live chat. I didn't. It should really be like a default, but I don't guess it is. Blackberry and blueberry. I got, we have 3 blueberry bushes out there. I had 6, but, well, 2 of them I pulled out. One of them I have to test. I think I talked about that yesterday. I have to do the scratch test and see if it's still any good. It hasn't produced anything. It hasn't done anything, but the stems look good and big, so I have to see. But and the 3 raspberry or blueberries that I have out there, 2 of them do pretty good. I have a pink lemonade one, and it hasn't produced. But they say like you start getting more like at, I think it's like the 3rd year or something like that. And so I don't even think they're that old. And then we just got blackberries. I have 3 blackberries out there. What's good about those is that, you know, plant them once and then you have food year after year after year, you know, as long as the plants make it. And that's why I try to plant as many perennials as possible so that I don't have to, you know, so that we'll still have stuff come up even if, you know, I decide not to garden for a year, you know. We'll still have raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, apples, pears, asparagus, rhubarb, and then, you know, the perennial herbs and everything else, you know, you'd have to plant. But that's a lot. If you know, if it's a year that you decide you don't want to garden, that's that's quite a bit of food. That's what I'm hoping to accomplish. All right, the L is the 610. Did I not do the 610? You used to have a gooseberry bush before. I don't think I've ever even tasted a gooseberry. Something that I did add to my cart when I was looking for the herbs was goji berry. I'm going to try to grow goji berry. I mean, it says it grows in this zone, so I was like, well, give it a try. The berries seem to do okay. See, Nightbot's telling me devotional time now. He's like way off. It's okay. He tries. I used to get goji berry, like smoothies. I don't remember what else. It was goji berry and something, but smoothies, and it was good. But I've never like I don't think I've ever like eaten like a goji berry like by itself. I think those are all of those, and then here's some F's. Here's some colors I missed out, but we'll come back to those. Bible. For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. Romans 3:23. Oh, I forgot I was going to do a forest. do a forest. I don't know. I was on all caps. I just yelled that. I got excited, right? Forest. I got a woodpecker. I'll take that. Bible. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous man runs into it and is safe. Proverbs 18:10. Fatima, these are little words that you can put into the chat and it'll give you. So if you type in forest, it'll give you a forest creature. If you type in Bible, it'll give you a Bible verse. If you type in jokes, it'll give you a joke. If you type in quotes, I think it is quote or quotes, it'll give you a quote. You got a hare. I haven't seen bunnies around here so far this year. See if it's quotes or quotes, I don't even remember. I don't know how Lydia remembers. It might be quotes because it didn't give me nothing, so let's add an S to it and see. Okay, so it is quote without an S. It just took it a long time. So my quote is, when one door of happiness closes, another opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Helen Keller. That's a really good one. That is a really good one. Okay, so maybe it's jokes with an S, Lydia. Try it with an S. Nope, just quote. Quote, no S. And then jokes with an S, I think. I don't know. Maybe it works both ways because look, it gave another quote and I only typed one without the S, so who knows? Smart people learn from everything and everyone. Average people from their experiences. Stupid people already have all the answers. Socrates. That's a good one too, right? Hi, Sonia. Welcome in. How are you doing, my dear? And jokes. Why is the ocean always blue? Because the shore never waves back. Oh my goodness, that's so stupid. Yet it's funny. Why is the ocean always blue? Because the shore never waves back. Oh my goodness. Alright, I think we finished this one. And then we have that little shape there. That's a 9 and that's 371. That was a good quote. I like that one. Okay. I think I'm going to do a joke too. He is taking his time though, isn't he? My boss told me to attach 2 pieces of wood together. I totally nailed it. That one wasn't funny. Yes, did you remember the thumbs up? Hopefully you did. Hopefully you did. Don't know. So I still haven't been able to figure out the vertical and horizontal through the YT simultaneously. So that's why I just did vertical today. I don't know why I'm finding it so difficult, but I've done it. I mean, I've done what it tells me to do. I've done it twice and it still hasn't put it vertical, so I'm not sure why. I mean, I think it's a great option. I see it work for other people, and I think it's a great option because some people want to watch the landscape and some people like the portrait, right? But I can't get it to work for me. Oh, and apparently I was looking for vegetables that grow like perennials, that I don't have to plant over and over again. And, I have asparagus and I have the berries and stuff like that. But one of the ones was globe artichoke. And so it's only for like 4 years, right? But still, that's plant once, don't have to worry about it for 4 years. You need room though, because I think they say it gets like up to like 4 feet wide, like it spreads like that. But each plant produces like 10 artichokes. And I was like, okay. So I have that in my cart as well. And then Jerusalem artichoke, which is just like a tuber. I didn't even know there was a difference. Like, I just thought artichoke, there was just one kind, but apparently there's the globe artichoke and there's the Jerusalem artichoke. And the Jerusalem is just like a tuber, kind of looks like a ginger almost, but that one doesn't keep coming back by itself, but you plant it, and you harvest. And when you harvest, you just leave. So, like, I'm planning on doing those probably in 20-gallon bags, and I can put 4 in there. And supposedly, I put 4 in there, and it should give me like, well, putting 3 in there would give me like 11 pounds back, so 4 would be a little bit more. But anyway, so when you harvest, when they're ready and you harvest them, you leave 3 or 4 in there, just, and they'll keep producing for you. So they'll like overwinter and stuff. So I'm like, that works for me. So I think I'm going to try the Jerusalem. I didn't order any of those seeds. I think I'm just going to go to a store and try to just find some and then plant those. Because I did that with my horseradish and it's great. Bye, Fatima. You have a wonderful and blessed weekend, okay? Thank you so much for coming in. Hopefully I will see you soon. Let's see, Lydia did a forest. She got a tiger. I was gonna try to finish this square while I was here before I got off, because that way I feel accomplished that I got a square done, but I didn't realize it was gonna take me so long. I didn't realize I was gonna have to keep changing colors. That's odd. I heard little kids outside, and there's no little kids around here. I'll be right back. Yep, there's a parent walking with kids down the road. Going for a walk. Is that all of these? Certainly there was more. That looks like that was it. This is why it's taking me so long. You see this, right? All this. What's these O's are 65, C4, 69, 65. And I've never worked on one with this many colors. Just that's all that's in there, so that's not very many. Not very many at all. I'm not even sure that we'll need the little container, but maybe. Lucy, thank you, Lucy, for popping in and out. I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up if you haven't already. These right here have like texture to them on the top. Which gives it a completely different look. That's kind of nice. Nightbot, I've been here. I think it's just because you put in high. But see, that was all of those on there, so that's why it's taking me so long. Because even if I already had it kitted up, you figure by the time I pull the little container out, put them in here, put them back, it's still over and over again. So that takes patience. So I have a few F's right here that weren't filled in, so I'm going to fill those in before I go starting anything new. Because I really want to finish this one, but I just don't know that I'm going to finish this square. I'm trying to hurry up, which I normally don't like to do, but I really want to finish this square. You know what I have noticed here recently is that I haven't had to use the putty very much. Like, I used it in the beginning and I haven't had to add putty again, which normally I'm like having to do it over and over and over again. I'm not sure why that is. Alright, so those F's are done. Did I have the ends done? Or is that another color or another number? No. Little A's. No. Up arrows. Ends. Did I do ends? Where are the ends? 40, 30, 64. Nope. 40. Oh, did I not pull 3064? I don't see it. Okay, so we can't work on that one because I don't feel like going through the bags right now. So what's A? That's 839. I do have that one. $8.39 is 28. Yeah. Welcome to chaotic kidding. Kit as you go. Alright, so there's only a few A's. We're going to go ahead and knock them out. Okay. Now there's some of it right here. Okay, good. Good, because I was like, oh, that for like 6. Lydia, if I was on the horizontal, if I would have done it through Restream, I'd have you come up. But I'm like this, and I didn't do the invite. I think those were all of those. It's almost done, but I feel like those little changes gonna take a while. There is, nope, that's the disc. Where's the disc? It's this one. Because these right here that I have up top, those are 3 colors that I worked on yesterday. And Lydia says, when I do diamond art painting, I don't use the wax. I like my tool. I use how I got my friend use when she loves me. Yeah, well, I got, you know, this tool. And so, you know, I use it every once in a while, but sometimes the sound bothers folks. So I don't use it all the time. But I do like it. And I got the Kato one. Where is it? And you know, I haven't done the ones with the attachment with the hose, um, but I, you know, I've thought about it because it makes a lot less noise than these do. But this one I enjoy. This one I got because I thought it would be so much better. It comes like that, and that's that one. But what I don't like about it is that, well, that's the multi-placer, but even, let's just grab the single placer. You can see, so I mean, like, this is comfortable, right? It's comfortable to work with. It has several multi-placers. It has the, you know, the curved one. So all of that is good with it, you know, and the charge. But see how much thicker this is than this? Like, I mean, this, what I'm used to, basically fits inside of that. So this fullness right here throws me off. And then this one is even thinner than this one, right? So like that one fits inside of this one. And so I like this one, and I'm okay with this one. This is the generic tip. This is the tips that comes with all the ones that you get for free. Um, the ones that come with the diamond painting. I pulled off the tip that originally came with this, which is this tip, because it was, I didn't like it as much. I like the original tips, like these tips that come with that. And thankfully, I just tried it one day. Actually, I think I was on a live and pulled it off of here, and it fit in there perfectly. And I like it much better because I like these tips, but this is too thin, so it hurts my hands when I'm doing it for a long time. So that this tip is from this, and this is the tip that it came with, and it's okay, but it wasn't my favorite. But then this one is just so much thicker that I feel like it just interferes with me placing my drills where they need to be. So I don't know if I need more practice with that, maybe, I'm not sure. But so this one is my favorite with the regular tip. So if you have one of these pens, just know that you can put the tip that comes with the free ones. But I got this one, and it makes noise, you know, it makes noise like this, but I think it's fine, but I don't care for the tips. So, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I can just like remove the tip, but you can't because the other ones, you know, they don't have the suction part. So anyway, so I've only barely used this, just all right. Which one was I on? I was picked one up already and put it away. I only have these three here, so let's see what these are. Next time I can come up and hang out. I know if I'm on Restream, or even if I do like this with the white tea, I can pick the, you know, like to invite someone and then just keep the code for later or something like that. Or we can set it up through email, you know, like plan ahead. I throw the pens out and wax into the trash cans. I think I have all of mine. I don't think I've thrown out any any pens or any wax. Like, I'm using this wax, which came with, I guess, the last painting I did. I'm not sure. But this is the very first wax that I got from my very first diamond painting, the hummingbird. And, you know, I'll take it out and I'll smush it and I'll, you know, and get it ready again, and I just use it. Now I've added more to it. This is the container. I've added more to it because I obviously used the wax, but there's probably some old in here because I normally just do that, push it back in there, flatten it out, and I just start using it again. I imagine when it gets really dry, I won't use it anymore, but for some reason I started using that one. Yeah, I haven't thrown any of them away. All right, I have 3 numbers, so 18, 30, 38, 22, 28. Let's do 30, 47. Which one is that one? That's the asterisk, and that's 39. 39. But even with me putting them in here, that's kind of like I'm just kidding as I'm going, right? But eventually they will all be done as I'm moving through the painting. So not a preferred method, but it works. And then we do those 2, and I think that may be it. And there's so many in here, but not very many will actually go. So there's this little section right there. That's it on those. Yeah, I see you on other people's lives, Lydia, but a lot of times I don't want to chat, so I'll just watch for a little bit, you know. Like that, I think that was it on all of those. There's going to be a lot more of these though somewhere else because it's full. So this is the longest though I have stayed like with one block, because I always get like impatient and start jumping around all over again because I don't like this opening and closing. So this is the longest that I have stayed like this, and I'm almost finished, but then I'm like, am I going to continue it through all the other ones, you know? 3822. What number is that? It's 51. 51. Obviously, some of these I haven't opened, so they are a bit challenging. Like, hey Kevin, good morning. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Alright, so that's 51, and that is that symbol. And we have a few of those, and then we'll move on to the next one and it'll be done. Oh, thank you for sharing. I just recently came back this week. I'd been gone for months, so I am not really seeing a big number of people, but it's okay. Alright, so this one was on my list and I just did it, but that was it. Like, there's no more. So see what I'm saying? Like, you go through all that and then that was it. Now, if I was going all over the screen, I'd have that many, right? But all over the picture, but not going that way. I'm just kind of just hitting up, aren't I? 3828 is the little a, and I think I'm going to do that, and that's probably going to be it. 3828 is 53. I do like that this came with all the stickies. I am really appreciating that. Kind of getting spoiled actually, because I believe most of them don't come, or at least the inexpensive ones that I am accustomed to getting don't come with it. So this might be spoiling me a little bit. Alright, so little A's. Now when this one is done though, it really is going to be a gorgeous picture. So see, that was that little bit of A's, and then I don't see any more on this section. And those are all the colors that I had pulled out for it. And I hit the 2-hour mark, so I am going to say goodbye to all of you. I am hoping to get back on track and try to come on here. You know, I've done the last 3 days during the morning, so that's been nice. That's not always an option. But thank you so much for all of you that have been here and that have chatted with me and spent your morning with me. Thank you for those of you that are going to watch the replay or watching the replay. Thank you all very much for your support. I hope that each one of you have a wonderful and blessed week until I see you again.